Hi, my name is Diana, the Dummy Cook, and today we're going to do a demo. Yes, a TM7 demonstration. So you learn what is it, what can you cook with it, what comes with it, how much is it, and much, much more. We're going to make a sun-dried tomato chicken pasta that is going to be delicious and it's going to be super, super easy. So just stay with me and let's get cooking. Okay, so maybe you wanted to have a demo and your consultant lives very far from you, or maybe you're very busy and you didn't find the time to meet and you need an online demo. Great, that's what we're going to do today. I'm only going to do one recipe, but I'm going to tell you a lot of things while we're making it, so I hope this helps. Number one, what's a Thermomix? A Thermomix is an all-in-one kitchen appliance. It replaces almost every item in your kitchen. You can keep the oven. And why does it replace all those items? Because it has more than 30 modes. When you have the same device that can chop and saute and cook and blend, then you just made a soup without using anything else, right? But it can also knead or steam, emulsify. It has fermentation mode. You can make your own yogurt. It has a sous vide mode, rice cooker mode. Really, it's crazy, right? And the coolest thing, it also has a pre-clean mode. So after you made all of that, remember, chopping, sauteing, cooking, blending, then the one device you used cleans itself. Yes, okay, it's a pre-wash. You still have to do a little bit sometimes, but it takes away all the grease. And in the meantime, I'm just getting rid of all the ingredients and getting the table ready. All right, no more talking. Let's start cooking. So what did I do to choose my recipe? I went on my Cookidoo app. I'll give you a tour later. And I chose the recipe that I wanted. And when I say I want to cook today, then the items that I want to cook are waiting for me here. You see, I have here a margarita. I'll do that later. A broccoli salad. And let me see, if I look at all my day, I have here the pasta that I want to make. Once I'm here, I could look around and I can say, all right, I want to see the ingredients. Obviously, that's how I got this ready, right? Or I can look at the preparation steps if I was curious. I can look at tips. I can look at nutritional facts, or I can just come straight to the overview and say, let's start cooking. So you see how visual it is and intuitive? Right now it's telling me, hey, please take my lid off. I'm like, okay, Thermomix, thank you. I can tell that this is what you need. And now we have here a recipe card. We can put all these ingredients in this order, or I can just jump around. If I have the garlic peeled already and I want to start with the garlic cloves, I could do that. But anyway, right now let's start with the yellow onions quartered. You see how it says here 2.5 ounces. And you see how we have a scale? Perfect. Then we're just going to add this chunk of onion that I had around, and 2.6, good. I like onion. These are suggestions. If you were following a book recipe, you wouldn't do exactly what it says, right? Sometimes you will skip something, you will add something, substitute. This is the same thing. The only time you don't want to substitute or be wrong on the quantities is when you're making a pizza dough or bread dough. That is chemistry. So in that case, please follow to the T, okay? Alrighty, so we just put the onions and we say, I did it! I have a checkbox that I just had to check. Now we have 2 garlic cloves and all I had to do was peel them. The Thermomix is going to chop them for me, okay? So I just put them in and I say, I did it! Then we have parsley, thank you. And we have basil, thank you. And we have here a fresh chili. Where is it? Right here, thank you. And now we have sun-dried tomatoes. So again, it wants 3.5 ounces. This time is weighted. You see, the other items were just thrown in, and this one is a weighted item. So I'm going to get 3.5 ounces, which is like 2/3 of this can. 3.2, 3.7, okay, it's okay. Alrighty, and then we just need unsalted butter. 1 ounce coming up, and there you go. Alright, so now that I checked everything, I can say next, and we go to the next section, which is chopping. It's telling you right here. And you see, it's asking us, please cover me. Alright, let's cover you. You can see here that it says 8 seconds at a speed 7. Well, that is a preset. I don't need to know what that means. It is a preset for me. But once you start cooking a lot, then you'll start realizing, speed 1 is kind of like a spoon moving the risotto. Oh, speed 3 is like chopping. You're gonna understand those speeds. But because this is a guided recipe, you don't have to. If you don't want to pay attention, you don't really have to. So, all right, whatever you want, all I have to do is click play. 8 seconds. All right, and I say next, or I can say okay, but I'm going to say next. You see the picture is asking us to move everything down because we're going to start cooking and it wants all the goodies in the bottom. But let me show you first. Ta-da! Look at all this chopping. How long will that have taken you? That's number 1. And number 2, I'm not crying, you are, because I just chopped onions and look at my eyes and my makeup is intact. All right, so let's put it back here. And like it says, please bring everything down, sure. A little bit from the lid as well. take these last parts out and we're going to start cooking. You see how my spatula is dirty, but it doesn't touch the table? All right, so now next, and it's asking us to cover it, of course, because it's going to cook for 3 minutes at 212 Fahrenheit at a speed 1. What we said is like a spoon moving it, okay? So let's go for 3 minutes. So you're asking yourself, why didn't I hear about Thermomix before? Well, Thermomix is a German product. It was invented in 1971. You're older than me. So what happened? Of course, it came out in Germany, and then Italy, Spain, France, they were all like, oh my goodness, we need to have this. By the 90s, it was all over Europe. In the 2000s, it got to Australia, some parts of Latin America, and some parts of Asia, and for some reason it didn't come to the US until 2016. Now, because this is a word of mouth kind of marketing, because it's too good to be true, you need to see it to believe it, right? People that own one need to tell you about it. Then it takes about 10 years to reach a market. And guess what? We're in year number 9. So you might be a pioneer, but not much longer, because everyone is going to start knowing about Thermomix. Ask around. Maybe some of your friends already know. Thanks to videos like this, I hope that Thermomix will not be the best kept secret in US any longer, okay? Will you help me with that? Yes, you see how much fun I'm having here while I'm cooking? So I need you to start thinking of a few friends that will have this much fun, whether they love cooking or they don't like it at all. Now, I am one side of that. I call myself the dummy cook because I never cooked in my life. Yes, I have that skill. I can burn water, really. 4 years ago, I was visiting a friend. She owned a Thermomix. She was not a consultant, just an owner. But like every owner, she was talking wonders about it. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, hey, that's just a blender. And she's like, no, Diana, you don't understand. The pizza that you're gonna do on Friday, the chicken that you're gonna do on Saturday, the soups, then the ice cream. Amazing. So we looked into it, we bought it, and we have never looked back. Thank you, Monica, for that. You know who you are. All right, so it's calling us, and we say next, and here we have another recipe card. It wants us to take the lid off. Ooh, and it smells amazing. I wish you were here. Look, you can see the steam already coming up. So let's keep cooking, and we need to put chicken, 16 ounces of chicken. All right, let me put it with the plastic in my hands. Let's add the chicken. Haha, it didn't touch it. And I did it! Now we're going to do heavy whipping cream. Now, remember when we said that you can substitute? The other day we were doing a demo and we put a Greek yogurt instead. It was delicious. But today we're doing this one, right? Okay, 9 ounces coming up. Ta-da! 9 ounces. Just so you know, there's also a setting that if I had it on, this will be checking itself off. When you're pouring something and you reach the amount that is needed, then this does checks and it checks itself off. But right now I'm just doing it manually, okay? Now we're going to add water, 12 ounces and a half. Done. And we're going to add dry wine. Okay, I saw a meme the other day that says, they told me to cook with wine. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. A little over, that's okay. We like wine. Now, for the chicken stock, I have a big tip for you. Let me go and get it. When you have a Thermomix, you tend to make things from scratch. Yes, that's one of the side effects from this solution to your problems. So one of the recipes is the vegetable stock paste, and I make it. It usually gives me 2 trays. I buy this tray in Amazon that has the covers so you don't get the freeze dry or the freezer smelling. And not only that, I can actually stack one on top of another. So every time I do that recipe, like I said, I get 2 trays out of it, and when the recipe needs one, I just come and say, all right, here's my chicken stock. Well, I'm putting vegetable stock when it's chicken as well, I don't care. But you can do either one, there's both recipes. So what is the advantage? Way healthier. You don't have all those preservatives, right? In the can of bouillon or mahi or any of those. And you're also using your veggies. If the veggies were about to go bad in the fridge, you're like, time to make paste. So we just added that, and now we just need to continue. It says we're going to cook for 10 minutes. Alrighty, let's do that. And while we're cooking that, I'm going to start getting rid of all these items. See you in a second. All right, so now I have a clear table and we can keep talking. So what can you do with a Thermomix? We established that I cannot cook for my life, right? So one thing I love to bring to demos is my family album of recipes that I have made in my home. Yes, these pictures were made by me of food that I made not knowing how to cook. Now, once again, if you love cooking, right now you will be working on something else in the kitchen, right? Maybe you're making the side dish or the dessert or the dip, or the other way around. Maybe you're the one making the chicken and here we're making the mashed potato. Chefs all over the world people use it, and they do know how to cook. But anyway, back to my case. I cannot cook, and these are my pictures, right? Because I just follow the recipe. Things that you can make with a Thermomix, you can make pork, chicken, and fish, so protein, right? Here you have this pulled pork. Here you have a whole chicken. Yes, in the Varoma, you see that right now we have a little bit of a steam. We can put the Varoma right here. You can make veggies here, you can make a salmon here, while you're making a soup or while you're making a sauce, and you have rice here in the basket inside. Or, like I just showed you, you can remove the tray and you can have a whole chicken here. A small one, but still a whole chicken. And that's what I did as well here. You can see the salmon with the veggies, with asparagus, with the rice, and a Hollandaise sauce. And it was all made in one shot with what's called vertical cooking. Now, before we pass this page, you know what else I made here? The bun. Yes, I made the bun, not just the pulled pork. Isn't that amazing? You have a party and you invite everybody and you made the bun. Sorry, the little things that make us happy. So you can be very good, of course, and you can make a lot of veggies and egg dishes as well. It chops salads in 4 seconds. Or you can make pizza dough, bread dough. Yes, just the dough is made here, but then the screen is going to give you the instructions on what to do afterwards. You can make maybe a Portuguese bread, or you can make this milk bread in many shapes and forms. Here I tried to do a heart. This one has cheese inside, similar to the one they have in Olive Garden. And this is what I bring if you invite me to a holiday party. Me, the dummy cook, I come with this amazing thing because I got all the instructions in the screen. And of course the pizzas, no two pizzas are alike in my house. We have so much fun opening that fridge and throwing in every single leftover. We can also make cakes, flan, ice cream. Yes, if it's a gelato, you make the base here, then you put it in the freezer overnight, and then the next day you put it back in and it gets it to that smooth consistency, right? But if it's not a gelato, with frozen fruit, you get ice creams very fast as well. You can make jam. The recipe is so easy. Just sugar and the fruit, and you walk away, 30 minutes later, you have jam. And when you're making a cake, yes, you're making the batter here, then chances are it's going to go into the oven, but you're going to continue with the Thermomix, maybe to whip the cream, or to create the filling, or even to create the caramel from scratch. And this flan, it was made with the Varoma. Yes, steamed, delicious. Hey, I'm from Spain, I know what I'm saying. Then obviously you can make soups, stews, you can make shakes, lemonades, and it is the best bartender. The frozen margaritas to die for. Or for example, I can do a Bloody Mary. Do you know how to do a Bloody Mary? I don't, but I just follow the instructions and there I have it. And the last page I'm going to show you, you can make pasta and rice. Obviously, pasta you can see today, and you can also make rice. You see this one? This is a paella. Once again, I'm from Spain. People that can make a paella in Spain, they're a big deal. Well, now I can make it. Yes, I do need the paella pan at the end, but it is made in here. I just pour it in the pan and rests for 10 minutes before it's over. So that is my family album. And then you know what page I also need to print? The made from scratch page. Because you can make peanut butter with just peanuts and a little bit of peanut oil in 40 seconds. Or you can put almonds, blanched almonds, and you get almond flour. You put sugar, you get powdered sugar. You can make your own mayonnaise, yogurt, like we said before. Every single sauce known to man. So if you don't want to follow guided recipes, remember that this will be the most powerful tool in your kitchen. So you can use it like that, as a tool. Just come here to chop, to grind coffee, grind meat, whatever you need. All right, so we are done with this step. Phone is calling me as well. This is an update we got recently and I really want to show you. Every time we have a step that is more than 3 minutes, I get here a notification and I could be in the pool right now, not here, and I can say, all right, I'm coming soon. You see how it stopped? That is awesome. We've been asking for this for years. And the cool thing is, because you are connected to Wi-Fi, you get new updates many times. I come to my Thermomix on a Monday and suddenly I have a new button and I'm like, oh my gosh, now you're gonna call me every time you're done? That's amazing. And there's much more coming. You know what I always say? My dishwasher doesn't get any better once I buy it, but my Thermomix does. Alrighty, so we just say next and we're ready to add the pasta. Oh, of course we are. Okay, awesome. I wish I could show it to you, but if I go too much, it's going to fall. But right now we have all this cooked recipe that is needing pasta. So we want 9 ounces. Let's add it. You know the drill. I'm going to look at the screen and look at the scale. All right. And I say, yes, I added the pasta. Next. And look at what is happening. Usually this is preset for me, right? But Thermomix doesn't know which pasta I bought. I bought one that is al dente in 1 to 12 minutes. But it could have been an 8-minute pasta, or it could be, I don't know, is there a 15-minute pasta? So whatever it is, Thermomix doesn't know which pasta I bought. Let me bring it down here. Okay, a little bit. So it's asking me, please set the time for me. Okay, so I'm going to come here to the minutes and I can just say add 10 minutes. And then I can say, or I can go like this, okay? So I'm going to say 12 minutes because that's what it wanted in the box, right? All right, let me cover it and I can say start cooking. Perfect. So while we do that, I can give you a little tour around Cookidoo. I come to my app, Cookidoo. Let me open it here. And we're going to make different searches. First, we're going to make a search of a very specific recipe, shepherd's pie. And I find 11 results just on shepherd's pie. I find here the regular one, but I also get a 3-bean shepherd pie. I'm getting a southwestern shepherd's pie or a cheddar cheese, one with curry. So still, right? It was a specific recipe, but I got a lot of variants. That was good. All right, so now instead of that, I'm going to do the opposite. Instead of looking for a recipe, I'm going to look for an ingredient. Let's say that you open your fridge and you have too many of something that is going to go bad if you don't use it. I'm going to put zucchini here. So I write zucchini and I get 335 results on zucchini alone. Now, what am I finding? I'm finding chocolate zucchini mini loaves. Okay, I was not thinking of something sweet when I thought of that, but sure. A zucchini slice, zucchinis and bacon risotto, zucchini corn and ricotta pancakes. That sounds amazing, right? I have sweet potato frittata with zucchini in it. Obviously, I have baby food as well. Ricotta, mint, and zucchini lasagna. Like really amazing, right? And I said that I had more than 300 results just on zucchini. Now, yes, you can filter within the filter and you can say, okay, now show me zucchini and carrots. Or you can also exclude. You can say, show me zucchini, but no milk because I'm allergic, right? And when you choose one of these recipes, let's say I have here balsamic salmon and zucchini noodles. So I click on this one and it says it's going to take 20 minutes of your time and 35 total. Because right now, how much would be the time for this pasta? Definitely, I'm not touching it that much, right? I might have been involved 5 minutes, no more than 10. So probably the recipe is saying 10 minutes of your time, 35 total. That's probably for this one, right? So here we go. All right, let's say that I want to make balsamic salmon and I said, all right, what are the ingredients? All right, not that many. I want to make it. And I can see also the steps. Okay, what is it going to be required of me? Because some recipes are going to be super, super easy. The rice pudding, you just put rice and milk and a cinnamon stick and you walk away 50 minutes later, it's done. This one, for example, I have to put a few things, wait 3 minutes, put a few things, wait 10 minutes, and now we're waiting 12, right? So they're completely different recipes. And obviously, when you have more than 100,000 recipes in this app, yes, in more than 21 languages, what's gonna happen? That some recipes are gonna be the 3-hour kind. Sure, I don't like those. My 22-year-old daughter loves them. She says it relaxes her. For me, no, I want just the 30 minutes and under, which you can also filter in the search. So anyway, let's go and say, I want to cook this today. It just went into my week. Remember that we were looking at the week before? It just went there, so I will have this recipe in my homepage. So now let's go back and let's choose another one, the zucchini, corn, and ricotta pancakes that we were talking about. Let's click on that one. That one I say, I just want to cook it tomorrow. Add to my week and tomorrow. I just chose that and that's it. Now it's there for tomorrow. So now I could go to my week and look at what I have. I have all these items waiting for me in my week. But the most annoying part of cooking is not actually cooking, it's shopping, right? What if I told you that Cookidoo does that for you? Yes, it does 2 things for you. Let's see which one you like, okay? So one, I can go and say, all right, I want to add the broccoli salad to my shopping list and the chicken and this one and the mac and cheese and the chicken and the zucchini. All right, I added like 6 recipes to my shopping list, right? I'm going to click here in my shopping list and suddenly all the ingredients are here sorted by aisles in the supermarket. Yes, you have all the veggie ones down here, you have the spices in another part, the frozen stuff in another area, and I can do 3 things. If I was in a computer, I could print it on paper and I can go old school, check, check, check at the supermarket, right? Or I could go with my phone and I could go, all right, I got that, I got that. Remember one thing, before you leave the house, do this first. Sugar, I do have it. Rice, I have it. And everything else, I don't have. What you already have is going to be marked on the bottom. What you need to buy is going to be on the top, okay? Again, you're in the supermarket now and you're like, oh, I just put that in my cart. Oh, I just put that in my cart. Well, that's great. But if you love ordering online, you can click here on a button. That is the 3rd way that you can do it. And you order ingredients, say yes, and it's showing me by my zip code the options. And I have Smith's, Walmart, Albertsons, Instacart, Vons, or Amazon Fresh. I'm going to go to Instacart, for example. Let me go. And right now, voila, my shopping cart is ready. Look at this. It's ready for me to pay and check out because I'm not in Cookidoo anymore. Now I am in Instacart, okay? And you can add whatever you want. Add paper towel, change the brand, change the quantity. But look at this. Amazing, right? Okay, I want to hear it. I know that we're in a video and I cannot hear you, but maybe in the comments I want to hear a wow. All right, let's go again. Wow, right? I mean, future of cooking in your hands. What else can you do with Cookidoo? You can also create your own different folders. So I have here the folders of what I like, which in this case, I'm going to show you in the screen anyway. Here, I can come to the folders and I can show you, these are things that I recently cooked. These are bookmarks, things that people have suggested that I should be doing soon. Then I also have my recipe list. So I have here things that I like from desserts, things that I like from fish, right? If I wanted to make fish today, I could come here and I could look at all these recipes that I already made that I love with fish. This one, I thought my husband and I, we were on a date. Look at this. Macadamia Hollywood with mango sauce. Oh my goodness. Then I come back here and then I could be like, oh, I'm having a party. Maybe I should do a dip. So I come to my folder with dips and here I could do a guacamole or a spinach dip, a hummus, a cranberry almond chicken salad. I can make a lot of things. Or again, you know that I'm from Spain, so I have my Made in Spain recipe folder. So here we go. I have my paellas, gazpacho, gambas al ajillo, croquetas, flan, natillas, arroz con leche, of course. So you can travel the world. In my case, I used to miss my food and my friends and family. Now I only miss my friends and family because the food is right here. But not only that, I want to be in India tomorrow. I do a butter chicken. I want to be in Korea. I made an amazing Korean beef. My husband could not believe it. I want to go to Italy or Mexico. I can. Any recipe I choose to do, I can. So here we are again, next, and we're done. We're done. Oh my goodness. Okay. We just made pasta, you and I. Let me try it. I'm the chef and I have to try and see if it's too al dente or not, but I think it's going to be perfect. Careful, it's hot. Oh my goodness. Honey, dinner's ready. Can I speak and eat at the same time? Wow, amazing. Once again, I wish you were here. So let me cover it for a second and tell you a couple more things. So what else didn't I show you? I didn't show you the modes because what we just did was a guided recipe. But like I said, you can cook manually. For example, if a chef was using it, they will go to manual mode here and they will say, okay, I want this much time. Whoa, I want this much time and I want this temperature and I want this speed, which again, we talked about it. And once you have been cooking for a little bit with Thermomix, you'll understand what the speeds are, right? And start cooking. Or a chef will come here, or you, that you're an amazing cook, right? They can come here and say, all right, I want to use the dough mode, or I want to do the browning. I want to use the slow cooking mode. Whatever mode they want to use, they can just come here and use it manually. And in my case, I can use also many of these modes. I can come to the egg boiler and say, all right, I want to boil eggs and I don't know how to do that, so show me the tips. And look at how cute. It tells you, put the eggs on the bottom, add water, and choose how you want them finished. And then I can hide the tips and I can say, you know what, I like them this way. I put water, the eggs, walk away, and it calls me when it's ready. Of course, once they're ready, I have to put them under cold water or else they're going to continue cooking, right? Other modes I could use the kettle mode. You come here, you put water, and it just tells you when it's boiling. Great. Or I can use the warm-up mode. You put a soup here and you decide what is the temperature that you want it exactly. Imagine for babies, right? For a baby puree, how do you want it exactly? No more nor less. And it's going to heat it up and move it so you have it at that exact temperature. And something really cool they added for the TM7 is that you also have here all these cheat sheets. So you could come here and say, let me do beef. And the Thermomix says, all right, do you want to ground it or steam it? I want to ground it. Okay, how much do you have? This much or this much? And you say this much. And the preset comes for you. All right, so I didn't know that, but it's 10 seconds at speed 6. Okay, cool. Or maybe you said, I wanna steam them, and Thermomix says, all right, I guess you're making meatballs. Click there, add water, 17 ounces. Great, I didn't know that. And now how much are you making? This much, go for it. And my presets here. Not only that, it's showing me in the picture that I need to add the varoma, of course. But if I came to carrots instead, and I said that I wanted to steam carrots, and that I had them sliced, it will say, all right, add the water. And because I don't have that many, and it gives me two options. If you don't have that many, you can use the simmering basket. You see, right inside the simmering basket. Or if you have a lot, then you should be using the varoma. So it's very, very intuitive. So what comes with the Thermomix? The Thermomix comes with the base and the bowl and the varoma for steaming big quantities, like we said. The simmering basket for steaming smaller quantities inside the bowl, like potatoes, veggies, rice. The steamed rice is actually great here because the starch falls on the water and that's so much healthier for you. Then we have the butterfly as well, which is for whisking and whipping. And also the recipe will ask you to add it if you had a risotto here and it needs to move the whole quantity. But you will see the picture in the screen so you will know when to use it, right? It also comes with a spatula. It comes with 2 years warranty. You can add more if you want, but it already comes with 2 years. Now, my friends in Spain, they still have the Thermomix that they bought 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So I thought that 2 years was pretty good for my unit. Granted, those Thermomixes didn't have a screen, but you know how long we've been having screens? Since the TM5 in 2014. 2014. And I know a ton of people that are still using their TM5 perfectly fine. Why? Because it's German engineering at its best. All right, we're getting distracted here. This is what comes with the Thermomix. You also get 3 months of Cookidoo. When you download it, you get 1 month for free. When you buy a Thermomix, you get 3 more months for free. And after that is $65 a year, which I totally recommend because they're adding new recipes all the time. But if you didn't want to have it, it's okay. You can just use it during the free time and you can use it manually with your own recipes or following recipes that are posted online. And by the way, I know that you have a question. Can I save my own recipes? Yes, you can. I wouldn't advise it on the first week, but as soon as you're used to it, in the 3rd week, then absolutely go for it. They are right here. You see, you can even put the picture of grandma for grandma's recipe. I did that test and here's my picture. All right. What else comes with the Thermomix? It comes with your consultant. If your consultant sends you this video, that is the person that it comes with. Why? This person is going to give you a free shipping link. So you're going to save $59 in shipping. But not only that, this person is going to be available for you to do this demo before or after, or help you with the setup, or just be the person that is going to answer some questions, because Thermomix is very easy to use, but it's great when you have the help of the pro. I was one of the ones not asking questions, and I learned some tips a year later. So don't be a Diana, have a consultant and ask them all the questions you want. They will be very happy to answer because we talk Thermomix all day. We were just customers that loved their Thermomix so much that we decided we needed to tell the world. That's why I'm doing these videos. Now, if I am your consultant, then I will be the one answering all those questions. And what is the price? The price is $1,699 plus tax. Or like my friend Jay likes to say, 1 cup of coffee a day for a year, just a year. And then you have this German miracle at home for years and years and years to come. Now, we have 2 ways. You can purchase, of course, we send you a purchase link and you go to thermomix.com, put the Thermomix in your shopping cart, and there you're going to see, do you want to pay with a credit card or do you want financing? When you apply, it might be around $150 per month for just 1 year, which if I ask you what you spend $150 on any other month, you probably won't even remember. Life has gotten very expensive and it's very difficult for 2 people to go to a restaurant and be under $100, right? So my question to you is, can you skip 1 or 2 visits of a restaurant in a month? Just 1 or 2. Keep going, but it's just 1 or 2. Great, so that was the purchase option. The other option is that you can earn it with your time. Do you see what I've been doing? Have you been thinking of a lot of friends, that neighbor, that cousin that will love a Thermomix, whether because they love to cook or because they don't have time, they need the help, or because they don't know how to cook, or because they're always eating out? You've been thinking about those people, right? So here's the thing. Talk to your consultant and ask them for the other link. The link that takes you to a form. You only leave a deposit. They send you the Thermomix right away and you get 90 days to see how many people want to buy through your link. It's like having an affiliate link. You're going to show Thermomix to everyone anyway because you're going to love it. So if one of them wants to buy a Thermomix, you earned a discount. 2 people wanted it, you earn a bigger discount, and so forth until you either had a huge discount or you earned it for free. I'm not going to give the details right here because the offer could change, but talk to your consultant. Or again, if I am your consultant, please talk to me. This is my email right here. I always answer. One more thing before we're done, because I know that some of you have seen a TM6 or have a TM6. So for those people, what are the differences between the TM6 and the TM7? And don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore my TM6, okay? But there are some improvements, so I have to talk about those. Number 1, the cover. The bowl inside is the exact same as the TM6, but now we have this cover around it. Why? Well, number 1, because when I'm going to pour the pasta, you're going to see how I can do it holding the bowl. With a TM6, you cannot do that. Also because it's way more silent. I have been talking to you while it was cooking. With the TM6, I probably wouldn't have done that because I have my microphone right here, and the TM6 does a little bit of when it's making a soup or a pasta. Here, the motor is silent, and all you can hear is sometimes the ingredients, maybe a little bit of the water boiling or some items moving around. Now, that's for speeds 2 and under. If you're crushing ice, then it is going to be loud, but less than the TM6. Another thing this cover does, this is the cover that has the mechanism to lock the lid in place and to lock itself to the base. The TM6 has these arms, right, that need to go on and off. This one knows when you have put on the lid, and that's why it allows you to do modes like browning manually, which you cannot do in the TM6, and also the open cooking mode, which now you can use as a pot on your stove, or you can open in the middle of a recipe. The flat base also allows for future attachments. So again, right now they're using the same bowl they had in the TM6, you can see it right here, with the same blade, because they did not want to lose the 100,000 plus recipes that they already had in Cookidoo. But now that this is flat, they can start adding other sizes or shapes that we don't know about, but you can only imagine, right? So that is also an advantage. The flat base that is more portable, it allows for future attachments that the shape of the 6 didn't allow. You also have a built-in slider, so now you just move it like this. Opening the blades is much easier. You just have to move the lever and the blades come out. Obviously, one of the amazing changes is the 10-inch screen. Bigger pictures, better explanations, and much more intuitive, like we've been talking about during the recipe. Another big change is the recipe card. In a TM6, you have to enter the ingredients one at a time, then next to the next page, and the next page, and the next page, right? You cannot change the order really, because if you did, you will have to come back and remember that you skipped the garlic, for example. So I do feel that with the recipe card, I go much faster. I have all the items here and I can go in whichever order. If my friend is washing the lettuce, then I'll just put the tomatoes in the meantime. The cheat sheet that I was showing you, the TM6 has one for chopping, but it doesn't have it for steaming. And in reality, the biggest change on the TM7, it's what's coming. The fact that my phone is ringing now when the recipe is over is just an example of what's going to be added later. I hear rumors about voice recognition or AI. I don't know. All I know is that it's very, very ready for the future. All right, so let's get our pasta out of the bowl. And again, you see how I can grab it like this. And in this case, I need my hand for the spatula, so I'm not. Ooh, so yummy, my goodness. Here we are. Remember that when we're done, I'm going to fill it up with water up to here. I'm going to put a drip of dishwasher and I'm going to ask my Thermomix to wash itself. I will come here to the pre-clean mode and I will say, all right, I need all-purpose, but I could do dough or fats and caramel or just a quick one because I was just doing a shake, right? But in this case, I'm going to do the all-purpose. I'll do that later. That's going to be another video. You can see the amazing pasta dish that we just did together, you and I. So if we were in person, I will ask you, what do you think? Do you see yourself having a Thermomix? Do you already think of all those recipes you could be doing? Or what it will be fixing in your kitchen? Imagine that you had a magic wand. What's bothering you in your kitchen? Is it the mess? Is it the variety on recipes? Is it that you don't have time? I hope that I helped you with this video, and the answer to any of those questions is right here with the Thermomix. But if you still have more questions, once again, contact your consultant and ask them this question right now. If you don't have a consultant, absolutely, I am here for you. Please email me right here, or you can use my purchase or registration link. They're both in the comments. It's been a pleasure cooking with you. Thank you so much.